Once again, welcome back to the Emperor Atheist channel with your host, the Emperor Atheist. First and foremost, I'd like to thank all of my new subscribers and old subscribers. Thanks for liking all my videos. Thanks for your comments in my comment section, good or bad, and I love the trolls. Please continue to share my videos and on all your social media outlets. Please share my videos. I appreciate it. And once again, I will be speaking on an argument today in this particular video that is used as probably the most used argument by Christians, Muslims, theists alike. And a lot of times they don't even know they're using this argument. And this particular argument is called the Argumentum ad consequentiam, or the appeal to consequences. This particular argument goes like this. Y'all hear it all the time. On Facebook, wherever you're at, you're going to hear this argument. And it's basically an argument that basically explains Argumentum ad consequentiam. It's basically an argument that says, well, hey, if I don't like this thing, then it shouldn't be. It can't be true. In other words, it's an idea in the person's head that if something turns out bad, or if it's a sad thing, then it can't be true. It just can't be true. For example, afterlife. A lot of people believe in an afterlife, and they say, well, if you don't believe in God, then there's no afterlife, and this can't be true because I don't get to see my loved ones again. So this has to be true. Just because something is sad, or it may not be to your desirable outcome, doesn't mean that it's not true. And this is always used even in debates. You see people like Frank Turek, so-called apologists like Frank Turek, even Side 10, when they speak about evolution, they say, well, if evolution is true, this is Argumentum ad consequentiam. They say, well, if evolution is true, then only thing we're just animals, and we're animals, and we can just eventually, you keep teaching the kids evolution, and we'll just descend into chaos and madness. Even Wendy Wright, and I'm probably going to put this this link inside the bottom of the video. Wendy Wright was having a so-called discussion with Richard Dawkins some years ago. And Wendy Wright, I don't know if y'all familiar with Wendy Wright, but she's an American conservative, a Christian, part of one of the leaders in the Christian political group here in America. And she said that if we teach evolution to children, only thing it is doing is teaching them that they're animals and that they're worthless and that they have no purpose. And that will eventually lead to more school shootings and more teen pregnancies and blah, 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 blah. Well, of course, that's demonstrably false. It's fake. It's fake news. But Richard Dawkins responded with a great response. He said, oh yeah, and by the way, I forgot, she also mentioned social Darwinism. And I don't want people to get confused, social Darwinism and Darwinism, the scientific usage of the word Darwinism. But this is what Wendy Wright said. She said that evolution just lead to people more social Darwinistic thinking. And basically, kids would just be nothing. They feel like they have no purpose in life. Well, Richard Dawkins explained to her, he showed her that basically it is the people in her group, in her conservative way of thinking here in America, that actually pushes social Darwinistic ideas through their particular bills that they pass, the way that they think, the right-wingers think. In other words, the saying, if you don't work, you don't eat. This is the same thing that Wendy Wright was accusing people of who believe in evolution or who teach evolution. This is the same thing that she was speaking when she talked about social Darwinism. This is a problem, and the thinking is very, very bad. You also hear people say things like, well, if you don't believe in God, then what is the purpose of life? Why are we here? Why are we here? People ask me this all the time. What is the purpose of life? And if you're an atheist, then you can just do what you want to do because you don't believe in an afterlife. Well, that's a very bad way to think. It's a sad way to think. The thing about this, it's a simple answer to these questions. The first thing, atheists, non-believers, at least all the atheists I know, we do believe there's a purpose to life. And our purpose to life is to live it and to share and to send things and transfer things to our descendants and hope that they have a better life than us. You do not need a fairy godfather or fairy godmother lurking in the skies to believe that there's a purpose for life. But this is the Argumentum ad consequentiam, and this is how they use it. Well, if you don't believe, there's another one. If you don't believe in God, then as a black person, this is what a lot of black people ask me. Well, if you don't believe in God, then all of the white slave masters who treated your ancestors wrong, you saying that they won't go to hell and they won't pay for what they did? Sorry, no, they won't. I know it's a hard pill to swallow for a lot of people. A lot of people think that God has to be real because, in other words, the enemies of these people, or the enemies of them themselves, are going to face some type of penalty in hell, or some devil, I guess, with a pitchfork. I'm sorry, we just can't accept that. Well, mass murderers then. Well, mass murderers, it has to be an afterlife. It has to be a God, because mass murderers, you're telling me a mass murderers kill a whole bunch of people and then just kill itself and he escapes punishment? Yeah, I guess his punishment was shooting himself and dying. That was his punishment. See, this is the problem with this. You think that because all of the ill that's going on in the world, there has to be some type of repercussion, and there has to be a God that exists, particularly your God of the Bible, or your God of the Quran, or whatever God you believe in. And this is a bad argument, and it's a bad position to take. It's a very bad position to take. It's a very, very weak position to take. So this argument basically is saying, well, oh, and another one. A lot of people always say, well, you know, Emperor, I know you love your mother, your grandmother. And they always try to put it on you to ask you these questions to make you, I guess, I don't know, feel some type of way about it. They say, well, Emperor, your grandmother, your grandfather, your mother, your father, when they leave this earth, you don't think that we could be resurrected and you see them again? And I always tell them that would be very, very wonderful. I would love to do that if it was possible. But I'm sorry, I reject that deposit. I just don't think it's possible. But yeah, do I entertain that idea? I think that would be great. I mean, who wouldn't want to see their mother and father again? I mean, you know, if y'all had a great relationship, I'm sure. Certain people, I'm sure you probably wouldn't want to see again. You probably wouldn't want to see every family member. Uncle Bill who stole money from you or something like that, you probably don't care to see him. But I'm sure it's somebody you would love to see again after this physical life was over. But is it logical? Is it rational? And this is what we have to try to do. We stay in a rational, reasonable way of thinking. Now, am I sad about it because I won't see maybe my father or mother again, ever again in life, or my children after I leave this earth? Am I sad about it? Maybe. Maybe there could be some emotional thing because we're human. But am I distraught about it to the point of there must be some type of God and I must resurrect? No. No. Sorry. Just ain't happening. And I know a lot of people wrestle with this a lot. A lot of people wrestle with this particular thing, and this is what they're basically using when they don't even know they're using it. This argumentum ad consequentiam. But the apologists use it in a way to make evolution look bad. And see, this is another thing that why I don't give people like Frank Turek and Saitin much props. They're not very intelligent, because people like that, they don't understand that atheism is his own proposition or his own stance, and really has nothing to do with evolution. I try to make this clear to people all the time. Evolution is something that has been proven time and time again. The theory of evolution is backed by facts, is backed by evidence. Will the theory of evolution ever change? Maybe, because theories can change all the time according to new facts. But as of right now, the theory of evolution is intact, 150%. And it's a fact about evolution. So, you know, whether you think about it is irrelevant what you think about it. If you can't prove it false, then that's your fault. And it is a falsifiable thing. It can be falsified. So all of these people out here, all these Christian scientists who have these fake college degrees, been trying to go against evolution for years and been getting embarrassed, and you just can't do it. I'm sorry. Evolution is real. It's here to stay. Like I said, the theory may change in another 3 years, 4 years. We may find something else, stronger facts to back it. But one thing about it, the facts are there. And that's what a scientific theory is. A scientific theory is something, the facts and a theory are two different things. Theory is just something to explain the facts. That's all a theory is. That's why it's called a theory. But it's a theory is something to explain the facts that are already there. So it's not like it's something that we're theorizing. It's not a normal theory. I try to get this across to people too. People in 2018 seem to still not get that simple point on what a scientific theory is. But anyway, that's my particular video on Argumentum ad consequentiam. So to answer the question again, for those who always ask this question, you theists who always asks this ridiculous question. I think it's ridiculous. If you're atheist, then why is there a purpose for life? Because I want to live and enjoy my life and live it to the fullest and not think about and have to worry about some being in the sky who I'm afraid of, who I feel like is going to send me to some hellfire. This all-loving God is going to send me to some hellfire if I don't go to church on Saturday, or if I don't burn some sticks, or if I don't do this, or if I don't do that. I think that's a burden on you guys' life, and it's sad, it's pathetic. So yes, atheists do believe in a strong purpose for life. We love life, and we actually want you to have better lives. We don't even care if you become atheist or not, but we think life is very purposeful, without believing in a invisible deity. I can answer it no better than that. I'm an atheist. I'm out. Peace.